The Atlanta Braves and the San Diego Padres just about set to go now. And towing the slab, Michael Wacha. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Well, there are going to be a lot of balls in play because of the ground ball rate. Important that the defense stays engaged in the game. I think it's critical. Tempo is there. If you work quickly, it helps the fielders behind you to stay engaged, to make those plays, and help you get through the innings.
Ronald Acuna Jr. in the box now. No balls and a strike.
First pitch, 7 o'clock.
Next offering upstairs. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. And that rolls into the corner. And that's a double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way. Yeah, but kind of hard to believe, but Ozzie Albies, first second baseman in Braves history to win a Silver Slugger.
And he's won multiple Silver Sluggers now. The pitch. Strike two.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Next offering misses. Going to count 1-2.
It's a good take.
In the dirt, but kept close. Tosses to first, and Albies is retired.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
Here's Austin Riley. Pickoff throw. Acuna dives back in. To third. Diving, and he can't make the play. Coming home. Byers to the plate, and they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead. And he throws it away. Here comes Riley. He's also in to score. It's 2-zip.
Well, go ahead and cue up the circus music, Boo. That's about as rough as it gets. I mean, errors are never fun, but when it basically turns into an inside the park home run, it's pretty embarrassing.
One down. Here is Matt Olson. In there for strike one. Wacha, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a changeup, a cutter, a curve, and he works in a two-seamer.
Just a bit late on that 0-1 breaking ball. 0-2 hole now. He's going to have to shorten up, tighten things up if he's going to have a good at-bat.
Still only one out here in the inning. Got him looking. Not sure about that call. Pitcher might have gotten a friendly strike three. So he gets the call and picks up the strikeout looking.
Sometimes with a good hitter at the plate, he'll be the one to get the benefit of the doubt if he lays off on a close pitch like that, but just not right there. Strike zone definitely expanded a little bit with 2 strikes.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. First offering misses the mark. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2. And another ball. Swings through it for the K. Couldn't catch up to the heater, but 2 runs for him and they jump ahead. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Braves 2, the Padres. Back here at Petco Park and towing the slab, Spencer Strider. What do we need to know here?
Yeah, and when he's on, he's a real treat to watch. I become a fan myself. You know, he often takes the pressure off of his hitters to score a lot of runs, but they have to be careful to not just go into a slumber. They've got to put up some runs, make it a little bit easier for this guy so he doesn't have to battle every time that he's out there. No one should be surprised, though, if he settles in and takes control of the game and throws a shutout.
And And there's a foul ball. Tatis waits. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Paris going back some more, and that one hops the wall. Into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now.
He was all over that one. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap, and when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
Here's Juan Soto. Up the middle. Nice grab to first. And that's a great play for the out.
Well, you can see right there, he looks very comfortable going to the backhand. Nice diving stop. Gets up to complete the play. That'll fire the boys up for sure.
And first offering is fouled off. Tatis at third with 2 away. That pitch gets the inside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Raisel Iglesias getting ready to come in for manager Brian Snitker. Minter warming up as well. Ground ball, Olsen. He handles it himself. That's the inning. No runs, 1 hit, a double, no errors, and 1 man left. Second inning set to go. Here's the center fielder, Michael Harris. That's in there. That's strike 1. Ball 1 there. Eric Summersgill with home plate duty in this one. Kind of known for being generous with the corners, Chris.
You know, I think that used to be a lot bigger deal in past eras where pitchers were working more in and out with their pitches. But, yeah, we'll see if those corners come into play in this one. Hey, no pitcher's going to argue at all.
Check swing, no appeal. And that one fouled off.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's the goal.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Left-hand batter waits. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Stays alive.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 3-2 now. Out there to center. Grisham settles under it. Brings it in. 1 up, 1 down. So here's Murphy now. There's a strike. Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle and a base hit.
All over that one right there. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. And first offering is fouled off. Here comes a pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Sets him down on strikes. Fastball at the letters, throws him for strike 3. Here's Orlando Arcia. Ball 1, no strikes. Now 1-1. Kicks and deals. Way out front for strike 2.
2 strikes.
Throw to first, and he's back in standing. The pitch. Popped up. That is the inning. One left for Atlanta, but they hold the 2-0 lead. Back here at the ballpark, and the batter now, Xander Bogaerts.
The shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
Strider back to work. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time. Bogaerts, who wears that number 2 on his back for his idol, Derek Jeter. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. Xander Bogaerts hits one out, and they inch closer. It's 2-1.
This guy's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
Brian Snitker out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Kirby Yates taking over on the mound.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Jurickson Profar in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. Towards first. He steps on the bag, 1 away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
Rips that one to right. And Acuna able to make the grab. That takes care of Grisham. And there's 2 down. So up next, Matthew Batman. That one misses, and it's 1-0. That's in there. And now 2 balls and a strike. High in the air, out to right. Acuna there makes the catch. And the inning is over. Padres draw closer on the long ball. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. And welcome back. And now the right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr. The pitch. And there's a ball.
It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
Hard ground ball, base knock.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Josh Hader gets handed the rock out of the pen. This guy can bring it velocity-wise. Ozzie Albies up to the plate. Ground ball could be 2. There's 1. Out. Double play. That's ideal relief efficiency. 1 pitch, 2 outs. Not half bad.
I think 4, 6, 3 double plays like that are way tougher than these guys make it look sometimes, because no matter how you do it, the feed from the second baseman is a tough one. That's where footwork really comes into play. But right there, very well done.
Riley, the next to hit, takes ball 1. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Next one misses, and now 2-0. Just missed. Matt Olson on deck for Atlanta. And there's ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
That one's in there, and it's 0-2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Well struck right field. Tatis going back on this one. Looking up against the wall, and brings it in. Now we see Raisel Iglesias out of the bullpen.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
And a pitch. To the right side. Albies. Over to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
Base hit, center field.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
So man aboard, 1 down, and it's Tatis at the plate. Doubled in his first AB. Ripped on a line. Rosario puts the squeeze on that one, and there are 2 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat. If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
And a foul ball. Tying run at first, the winning run at the plate. Strike 2.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
And he hits a ground ball right side, and it's just foul. That was close. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Pretty fun 3-inning game. They got some runs on the board, but kept things close. I like this. Think I could get used to it.
And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.